one package arrived today. Another one arrived earlier, and I just did some GameStop shopping. But let's just get this stuff opened and get this started. So to begin with, we got these. Oh wait, these also arrived, which just leaves these. So I guess before I get ahead of myself, legendary distribution. It's just Yveltal and Xerneas or whatever. Yeah, I've already claimed them, so it's what it is. But yeah, GameStop, and you know I like to patronize GameStop, so I put off Kirby Star Allies because I'll be honest, maybe it's fun, but I'm still waiting for a Kirby game like Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. That was amazing. And then Darkest Dungeon, which I'm not sure, but I think might be this one game I heard someone talking about an insanity system or something like that. It sounds cool. And oh look, we got Radiant Historia, which sounded familiar, and it's because I got this for the DS a long time ago or something. Never played it, and this is an edition with a book. I want to see the book. I can't find the opening in the box. Oh well, let's focus on the anime. First off, these four things, these are all Eastern Stars something or the other discotheque releases. So this is Fair Than Partly Piggy, which is a very strange name. I don't know what it's trying to do. What is the goal here? I know it's kind of like its naming convention kind of reminds me of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, but I don't really think I've watched that one. Region A, Region 1, audio is Japanese. I think I expected all that, because this struck me as something that probably hasn't come out here on Blu-ray DVD before. But I don't know. And as usual, Discotheque practicing the ancient honorable tradition of putting stickers on their DVD Blu-rays to keep them sealed, prevent the magic smoke from escaping. Although that's really a CPU thing. Anyways, the point is, now that this is open, we can look at it and scratch our heads and say, I don't know what this is about. And by we, I guess I mean me. So it's a royal we, as opposed to a, yeah, whatever. Next up, we have Baldios the movie. Those eyes, they're staring into your soul. Memories so dirty, they've condemned their entire planet. There's an English audio. Okay. I don't know what this is other than Baldios the movie. They call it Baldios the movie. Does it mean it's a TV series? Is the trash on the planet their eyes that you just look at and you get lost in space? I don't know. I'd make G.I. Joe sad. But of course, you know, another Discotheque Star release, and yeah, this seems like maybe something that came out on Blu-ray or something, or VHS, I mean, and now we got it on Blu-ray. I'd say hooray, but I don't know if that actually makes sense. We have Ayakashi, not to be confused with Ayakashi Samurai Horror Tales. That guy has a arm. I think that's a guy. I'm pretty sure that's a weird thing with his coat. It's the end of the world as they know it. Japanese with English subtitles. Region 1. So I guess this is a DVD only thing. Sounds about right. I guess before I throw this away, I should probably... Oh wait, there's a face on this one. Actually, it's the same arm, same people. That second one looks maybe like a girl. Maybe. I'm trying to think what's making me think that. Well, obviously the face in the back looks like a lady. This back looks familiar. Oh dear. I hate it when this happens on DVD versions of things. The sticker sticks a little bit more to the plastic, I think. Maybe it was just my imagination. Oh well, let's take a peek at the inside. I think Discotheque, Eastern Star, whoever, I think they've been having a little more fun with the creation of their box sets. I mean, this isn't like super ridiculously elaborate, but this is a little more than they usually do, I think. I mean, it still looks like it wasn't designed with elaborate art in mind. I don't know. Stuff. Toriko the movie, Secret Recipe of Gourmet God. Although I thought that almost said good. Maybe it's supposed to be a weird thing. I kind of vaguely remember some of these characters. Oh, look, this is Japanese with English subtitles and Region 1. Did I get this on Blu-ray, or did I... Because I thought that there were DVD and Blu-ray versions of this and another movie, or maybe another couple movies. And I've gotten maybe the Blu-ray versions, and these are DVD versions finally coming up. I don't know. Shit, I threw the plastic away. Oh, I'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. The other old-fashioned way. So, since they played that trick before, I don't see a difference in the opening cover art things. And arm. Yeah, that's stuff. Next up, we have Ace Attorney Part 2. Which maybe my next thing that I watch. I'm not sure yet. The reason I would watch this is just because it would be good, simple entertainment. It's not as good as the games, but it follows the general ideas of the games, and the general stories were great. And okay, there's a thing on the back. What did I get for the first season? Where the hell is the first season? I think I put that in a box a long time ago. Okay, Region A. You can see there's an English dub. Justice will be served, and we will pull this up. It's all different. 24 episodes. 1, 2, 3. Simple discs. These are the 2 Blu-rays, and these are the 2 DVDs. And in the back we have more Edgeworth. Ooh, gumshoe, and I don't know. Him something Shambalamba. I think I can sneak this in there. How sneaky. Next up, we've got Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? OVA, is it wrong to expect a hot spring in a dungeon? And I got DVD and Blu-ray versions, which I'm wondering if this is one of the few DVD things that Sentai will release now that they're like mostly Blu-ray only. Oh, fun. I guess I didn't need to do that strategy. And this plastic is not very tenacious. In fact, it is quite the opposite. I also can't remember her name. I remember it began with an H. And everyone's going to end up in hot water. I'd read the back to find out. 2 disc OST. So, how long is this a running thing of? This is 1 disc of 25 minutes. English dub. Blu-ray version is Region A only. I don't know. I think this stuff was kind of pricey and stuff Yeah, whatever. Let's see. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Well, if this is wrong, I don't want to be right. Or that's the joke. Funk. I don't know. We got stuff. We got CD soundtrack related things. And then we've got, it says DVD there, so that's probably the DVD. And then it looks like Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon soundtrack as opposed to specifically for this thing, which makes more sense. I don't know why there would be two soundtracks otherwise, but you know, given that this is me, that's a really good idea on their part to get me to purchase their soundtrack. Looks like this is mostly the same stuff in the Blu-ray version. And then the Blu-ray disc, and then, oh, what's this? Another copy of the soundtrack. Disc 1 and Disc 2. I'm not surprised. If you're surprised, then you weren't paying attention for the last 5 minutes. This is obviously not a anime release. This is another Switch release. This is fucking heavy. Well, I haven't played Half-Genie Hero for the other thing, the Wii U. So I figured I'd get this copy because I like the concept of the game, and I'm kind of curious. What does this come with? Soundtrack CD with 30 music tracks, which I might already have. All the DLC extras I might not have. Yeah. Well, the truth of the matter is I really ought to play this. I also ought to play Risky's. Not Risky's, but something. Or whatever the third game was called. I played the first, I played the second. The second was a little quicker than the first, I thought, but I don't know. But what? And I'm kind of curious what the inside of this looks like, so let's just dive in. Yeah, that looks very familiar. I'm pretty sure I already have that. Whatever, I'll figure this all out. Because here's the game itself. And now this goes over to the pile of 3DS games over here. And I guess this art book I'm kind of curious about because I don't know if I had this. It doesn't ring a bell, but it looks great. Oh, I saw a mermaid. Of course, I think there's another mermaid we've seen. And oh well. Next up, Yu-Gi-Oh! ArcV Season 2 6 DVD. More of that pink hippo thing on the side for some reason. Where did I put the other ones? Probably not in those boxes. Oh my god, I keep falling behind on all of my projects. Season 2 Volume 3, Season 2 Volume 4. That works out for me. Does it? 1, 3 disc 1, 2, 3. 4 disc 1, 2, 3. I have absolutely no idea what I'm getting into with that. And last but not least, we have Batman Ninja, which I think is anime. It was certainly on my anime list. I guess I could have looked a little deeper, but I didn't care. Because worst case, this isn't anime, and I just put this in a something other pile. I'm looking mostly at information here. Let's see if the camera will focus for us. Because usually the tell is there's English, France, Espanol. It doesn't say anything about Japanese, so I suspect that this is actually not anime, but rather animation. Oh, let's take a peek at it, and I'll figure it out off camera and put it in the right category in the description of my YouTube video. But, you know, it was like, whatever, I'll get it if it's on there, and worst case, put it somewhere else. It wouldn't be the first time I didn't have Mal to trust or something. Blu-ray DVD. It can be really hard to tell. And yeah, I'll try and figure that all out. It's all good. So, assuming I can get this back in there, here's this week's anime DVD collection update. So, I guess I didn't watch a whole lot this past week. I watched the second half of Gosick, and I'd forgotten that she is a little bit of a cunt. Or is the joke a little bitch of a cunt? I don't know. Okay, that's just really crazy with the language. The point is, the abrasiveness is one that I don't like per se. I remember last time being kind of on the edge of the mystery aspect, the mystery solving aspect, just because there seem to be elements of, oh, she just states something and happens to be true. And I don't know if there was as much of this, as much of that in this season, because while there was stuff sort of going on, I think they were solving very specific mysteries and ideas leading towards the conclusion of this series. And the last episode is definitely very different from the rest of it. If you look at the ratings for the individual episodes, you can kind of see it. And I can see why some people would like it. I'm not sure if I'm completely convinced by it, because while it was neat and pretty, it wasn't... It kind of felt like it ramped up into it a little quicker than I thought maybe it should, except I'm not quite sure if they could have not ramped it up like that. So I don't know. Overall, it was a nice watch. You can see why people would like it. I wouldn't blame them for it. Some elements that I don't know, but whatever. Naruto Shippuden DVD set, what is this, 34? The plan with my friend was to try to watch both discs, but we just didn't have the energy to really do that, so we only watched the first one. So we only watched half of what was here, and I think it was about what I already predicted. It's more of an excuse to tell stories, but actually what was going on in this first disc was a little... Well, I was curious to see what it was going to do. It was also a little disappointing because they kind of established this idea on the stories exploring specific characters, but then they decided to use one character's story arc to tell a story about our characters again. So it's annoying. It's expected. I honestly don't expect the second disc to get past the part that was whatever, and then I don't know what's going to happen after that. I'm trying to remember, but I don't know, because outside that, let's see, there was just stuff I rewatched with friends. You know, One Punch Man is great. Watched the first half of that to show it to a friend, and my brother finished Index Season 1, started on Railgun Season 1, and it's interesting. I think the quality of the character interactions goes up in Railgun Season 1, even though Index was very world building. But I think that's also what kind of makes some elements of Railgun work better than Index. Yeah, all good stuff. Other than that, I don't know if I made progress on really any of my other projects, period. I was mostly focused on installing dash cams in my brother's car. I've got another birthday to think about, and Mother's Day I was trying to figure out. And then outside of that, I don't know what I've been doing. Because, yeah, I can. Oh, I guess maybe these, because you can kind of see these piles are looking a little complicated, and that's, a lot of these were actually behind those, and I'm catching up on ripping them, I guess. And last week's anime are down here, except for Naruto, which is right here, and now it's on there. But I guess there was some of that. And it was, oh yeah, I guess I did peek around a bit, because without me ripping stuff, I ripped the Hobbit movies, and I guess I'm kind of glad I stopped after the first movie. I already had this feeling watching the first movie that there was some blatantly dumb stuff going on that was only added in order to drag the time out. And this isn't even just, oh yes, there's also these things they gotta fight, and the goblins, and big fight scene, even though it should be a little more of an adventurous romp than a fight for the fate of Middle Earth, which is just a problem with the whole Hobbit live action trilogy, period. Stuff. I was going to mention something else, but anyways, Desolation of Smaug, I decided to peek around, try to get a feel for the pacing, didn't really care for it. The Smaug scenes were great, but ruined by, first of all, the wedging in of the added crap that didn't need to be in there, and then of course it's cutting away to the village where some guy was sick, and it's like, no, this is The Hobbit, we should be focusing on Smaug, and that's a more important thing. And it's just like the first movie, it kept like it looked like it kept repeating scenes and ideas and not really building up on stuff. And it's kind of interesting because as you watch Thor Ragnarok, you know, it begins very rapidly. There's interactions going on, they're fun interactions, and for some reason they feel real. Even like Thor's interaction with Doctor Strange is just very, hi, guy, bye, or something like that. You know, it's just like, it's designed to be very rapid paced, but for some reason the interaction feels fun and great, and I don't know. It's like the complete opposite of The Hobbit, where stuff. And then of course I looked at the Battle of the Five Armies, and spoiler alert, the concept of the Battle of Five Armies is what it's the focus on. Only 11 minutes in, it looked like. It's just like such bullshit. They really should have just made it. I think they could have made it 2 movies. I think they could have made it. If they, especially. I mean, I'm mostly saying this because you can take the concept of the Rankin Bass animated Hobbit, and now that one's still the best one. And if they had taken that and made it twice as long, you know, without even a whole lot of thinking, I think could have actually worked out pretty well. Because if there's one problem with that animation, it's that, you know, sometimes it moves a little faster than it really needs to, and this seems to be a nice little adventure, and that's what it was in the original animation. And I don't know. As you can see, I'm kind of babbling a bit. Just exhausted, I guess, or tired. And I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm so going all over the place. Anyways, just a reminder: GameStop, Xerneas and Yelveltal distribution. What's the advantage? They come with the opposite of whatever you'd normally get in the game, so it's a way to get that. They're already level 100, so all you have to do is EV train them, if you get them in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, that is. And if they're in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, they come with a gold bottle cap, so you can just instantly super hyper mega train them. So you can just have a battle ready Uber Pokemon really quick with perfect. Just make sure you get the right nature. Anyways, that's stuff. And before I wander off mentally anymore, I should probably let y'all have a nice week.